How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
What's up? Introduce yourself to the group.
Hold on. I'm not really that good with Zoom. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries, man. Take your time.
Okay, yeah, I'm Angelo. I'm actually located in New York. Been going through a lot the past year. I took a course in regards to virtually wholesaling, and I actually took the initiative last month and really started marketing. The market that I'm in is in Tampa. Uh,
Okay.
it's it's pretty aggressive, but I'm learning.
All right. Cool. Where in New York are you from?
Queens.
Sweet. That's cool. But
Not
yeah,
sweet.
Tampa's a decent market, man. I think I've been to Queens once, but it's a long time ago.
Yeah, what happened over the past year has been really, really bad for the market. Literally, in one of my zip codes, basically like the whole year, we only had like 8 houses for sale. So there was like nothing going
Wow.
on. Yeah.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah.
So you're doing Tampa. Are you really exclusively doing like Hillsborough County, or is it like just the city of Tampa right now?
Well, I actually watched one of your videos, and I'm actually just marketing to all the top zip codes as possible. Just testing out different lists and see which one works best in that market. So I'm actually following a lot of your strategies. You give a lot of information, which has
Thank
been
you.
very helpful.
I appreciate you watching it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Is there any questions you have for me that I can help you with?
Yes. Okay. So I actually got a property under contract, right?
Okay.
One of the issues that I had is I don't know if the contract was necessarily um, if it works in Tampa, and two, I don't have boots on the ground. I'm gonna figure out, but title companies. I called a couple of title companies, and a lot of them want you to double close.
In Tampa.
Yeah, I called
Okay.
about like 10, and they were strong on, okay, you have to have the funds in order to close.
What I want you to do is go to the Tampa wholesale, like find the top wholesalers in Tampa and ask them what title company they use and use those.
Okay.
That'd be my
Okay.
recommendation. Because if they use a big wholesaling company in Tampa, like a big one, because there's a lot of big boys out there doing a lot of deals, just find out what title company they want and what they use, and they'll be very comfortable with wholesaling. You're probably going after like the bougie realtor ones with the nice properties. Uh, there only know one way. I would go after the investment friendly ones. Huge
Uh,
difference. They'll probably they're just telling you stuff you don't need to know. You don't need a double close. Don't worry about that, especially in Florida. I'm not a lawyer, CPA, financial advisor, or anything, but when it comes to Florida, I know my stuff. You, I just did a wholesale deal today. I didn't need a double close on it. So, right here in the state of Florida. So you should be good, man. New York's different, but if you're doing it in Tampa, you should be fine.
yeah. Okay. Okay. And as far as like contracts, I mean, I'm using a contract now. I got it from Rafael Vargas. I know he's
Okay.
not currently doing real estate now, but I don't know if that's still valid because I know he was like wholesaling in Tampa.
Yeah. How many pages is it?
It's actually just one page.
That should work.
It should work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if he did stuff out of Tampa, and I know he was virtual before he got into like e-commerce and stuff. So nothing but good stuff about him. But yeah, that one should work. I mean, I got one www.flipwithrick.com/contract. They're all should be fine. His contracts are good. I would probably use my assignment of contract because that one's very good for Florida. I use that. Like the ones that I use are the ones straight up in Florida that I use. The assignment of contract, probably use mine. You can keep his contract though. He probably has a pretty good one, but the assignment of contract I would keep for me. So if you go to www.flipwithrick.com/contract, it should hop on.
Okay. Also, another thing with the earnest money deposit, right? I don't know how it is in Florida, but does it go to the title company or does it go to the owner?
Yeah, good question. So I'm telling you, asking this question, there's probably four people that wanted it, but they're like embarrassed to ask. So like, trust me, like you're helping people out by asking questions. So thank you. The earnest money, especially in Florida, this is in most states though. The earnest money, okay, you could give it to the seller, but hear me out here. Let's say it's a bad deal and you gave them $1,000, and let's just say you figure out it's a bad deal, and now you got to get that $1,000 from them. What most likely that seller's probably going to spend it. You know, they're going to go out clubbing one night and lose it all, and then they can't give you $1,000. Now it's screwed. So we put everything with the title company because the title company won't do that, and we can get out of the contract a lot easier. And it's like a paper trail. If let's say the seller wants to get out of the contract, we have earnest money. We have a paper trail there that could actually help us protect us on getting like an affidavit or something if we had to do it. So the earnest money, keep it at the title company. That should be the easiest way to do it.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And do you use a different contract? Do you have like a contract for like buyers? I mean, I could look online,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. So, like I've said, www.flipwithrick.com/contract. If you message me on Facebook, I'll send it to you if you need that too. So, wholesaling overall, I mean, we talk to the motivated seller, we get that contract, like the one that Raphael has, you get them to sign that one. And what we want to do is basically, we're not selling the house, we're selling the actual contract. So we're selling the contract, not the house. To sell
yeah.
that contract, we're basically just going to assign it, basically give that contract to the buyer in exchange for money, obviously. So $100,000 contract price. Let's say cash buyer walks through, says, I'll give you $120,000 for it, Angelo. Perfect. Here's my so www.flipwithrick.com/contract. The reason why I promote that so much is, first of all, it's free. Second of all, it's got language in there so the cash buyer doesn't screw you up, because a cash buyer might try to screw you out of a deal if they find out they can get it cheaper. So that's why I'm very careful about that. So you basically do an assignment of contract. It's like that original contract you did, but it basically states that Angelo is selling this deal to Zach Ginn, and it'll basically just the breakdown that Angelo's getting $20,000, Zach's paying 120, and the seller gets 100, and it's pretty much black and white from there. And
Okay.
usually you want about I like 3,000 to 5,000 earnest money from the actual buyer, the cash buyer, to the title company, and
Okay,
it's the
perfect.
best one to do. And that's the process. It's pretty smooth, and my assignment of contracts, I explicitly make sure the cash buyer knows I'm making money on it, so they're not freaked out on it. But that's part of the vetting process and the qualification for the cash buyer.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
Dude, you're asking actually really good questions.
What was another question that I did have? Yeah, I have a lot of questions because okay. So basically, pretty much I got the contract I got the contract signed. So now I'm doing an inspection. I don't really have boots on the ground. I've been in the wholesale groups a little bit, asking what they use in order to like take pictures and do an inspection. How do you go about that? Just in general of getting boots on the ground and so forth.
Yeah.
Because I know in New York, like you tell somebody about a deal and then they go behind your back and they try to like steal it.
All right, here's the problem. You're in Florida, which is a sunny place for shady people. Where
Okay.
do you think everyone from Florida comes from? They're all from New York. So that's your situation, bro. So never trust anybody in Florida. That is the number one rule. Not even me. Don't trust anyone
Okay.
in Florida. Okay. So that's rule number one. What you want to do is I don't want a wholesaler going by that deal because they're going to try to steal it. Like I love to trust people. I can't. What
Yeah.
you're going to do is probably get a photographer or a regular Joe Schmo who probably can't steal the deal from you. So there's like freelance photography services. They're a little more expensive because they got that beautiful camera and stuff. Bro, all you need is a guy with a phone that really could take a video and a picture that's like not super pixelated. Uh, iPhones usually have the best reliability on it because if a guy says he has an Android, he either has a really nice Galaxy one or he's got like a potato phone. So I just
Yeah.
tell people, make sure you have an iPhone. I'm not like iOS religious or anything with that, but it's best. So usually what I do is go to like the Hillsborough County or the Tampa job site or the for hire one and say, hey, I have a quick job, $30, you go take a picture of a house, literally 30 minutes of work. And what they do, or maybe $40, but they'll just go there. They'll meet the person. Hey, this is my photographer. Or this is the guy who just takes pictures for me. He takes pictures, bing, bing, bing. You tell him to do a video of all the rooms in the house. And so he takes pictures in a video. and he gets out of there as soon as possible. Then you have the pictures, you go over it, you talk to the seller, and then you basically use DocuSign. I'd probably just use DocuSign for now on that contract you have them sign it, have you sign it, and then assign it to a buyer. That would be the process of getting the boots on the ground pictures. The next part here is bringing the cash buyer through, since you're doing this virtually. The best case scenario is if you put a lockbox on there. So that dude, you would probably, I don't know, like ship him a lockbox or something, and then have him put the lockbox on when he goes takes pictures. The seller has to be open to you putting a lockbox on there. The best language to say is, hey, Sally Sue, my partners want to go buy the property and actually look at it. Is it okay if we put a lockbox on it? I don't know what time they'll be able to do it since the property's vacant. And then,
well, it's actually not vacant. He's actually living in there.
Yeah.
And he basically the terms of the contract, he needs to be there until August. He just got into a car accident, and he's dealing with a lot, so he needs a little bit of time. So, I mean, I was just gonna go towards like video and basically photos.
Yeah, you could do a Zoom. I know you're not the best with Zoom, but you do a Zoom with a seller, you could probably solve a lot of headache, or a FaceTime, or whatever. That could solve a lot of headaches. Even if you don't have the $40, you just do a Zoom with the seller, man.
Okay, makes sense.
I know guys that were kind of right when that pandemic hit, they're doing like Zooms only and stuff. Charisse Henry from YouTube, who's watching this, also says use Fidelity Title in Tampa. So I'm gonna copy that, and I'm gonna put that in the Zoom chat for you to copy.
Okay, perfect.
Charisse is from Trinidad and Tobago, so he's virtual too.
Okay, got it.